Let's be honest, the healthcare world is going through a massive shakeup. And if you're still using the same old marketing playbook, well, you're already falling behind. To win today, you need a totally new game plan, one that's way smarter, way more targeted, and designed for the patient of right now. So let's get into it. And this quote right here, it hits the nail on the head. Make no mistake, the pressure is absolutely on. The market is getting smaller, and the competition is just fierce. We're not just talking about getting a little bit ahead anymore. We're talking about survival. That window of opportunity, it's closing fast. And you can bet that only the sharpest players are going to make it through. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to walk through the new competitive reality, then dive into the patient-centric playbook you need. After that, we'll cover the digital tools you have to master, talk about proving your value without compromising integrity, and wrap it all up with a blueprint to get you started. Let's go. Okay, first up, understanding the new competitive reality. And look, this is so much more than just marketing. We're talking about a full-blown battle for patient trust and attention. Seriously. So what's feeding this thing? Well, it's coming at you from every single direction. First, you've got lower reimbursements, which means the pie is shrinking for everybody. That flips marketing from a simple cost center into a must-have revenue generator. Then you've got these new disruptors, like Teladoc or the CVS Minute Clinics, completely changing what patients expect. And if that's not enough, you're also up against huge ad budgets from pharma companies and, believe it or not, a patient's own fear and procrastination. The field is just packed. So how do you win in a world like that? You have to completely change your approach. The big takeaway is right here. You have to stop selling services and start educating and engaging patients. That simple shift, that's the heart of the patient-centric playbook. And this slide really breaks it down. Think about it. Old school push marketing is basically like standing on a street corner with a megaphone, just shouting your message and hoping the right person walks by. But modern pull marketing? That's totally different. It's about being the answer when someone actively asks a question. So when a patient is literally typing "frozen shoulder specialist near me" into their phone, they're not just kicking tires. They have a real need right now, and you've got to be the one they find. And that idea leads us straight into what we call personalized healthcare. It's all about using data and tech to create an experience that feels like it was made just for them, from that very first Google search all the way to their follow-up call. I mean, think about it. We expect this from Amazon, from Netflix. Why would healthcare be any different? Patients are consumers, and they expect that same level of personalization. Now, if you're on the B2B side of things, say in pharma or medical devices, this gets even more focused. We're talking about account-based marketing, or ABM. The idea is simple but powerful. Instead of trying to reach individual doctors one by one, you target a whole account, like a big hospital network. You build relationships with everyone who has a say in the decision, from the C-suite to the head of pharmacy. It's about getting the entire organization on board. Okay, a great strategy is one thing, but you need the right tools to actually pull it off. So let's get tactical and talk about the digital toolkit you absolutely need to have. Your foundation for everything is a killer mobile-friendly website that's all about patient education. Got that? Good. Next, you need medical SEO so people can actually find you. Then you use Google Ads to grab those people who are searching with intent. Remember that frozen shoulder example? After that, you add programmatic display ads for super precise targeting, you stay on top of your online reviews, you promote your telehealth options, and you use video to educate. See how it all connects? Every single piece matters. All right, so you've got this powerful toolkit. But here's the deal. With great power comes great responsibility. You've got to prove that your marketing is actually working. We're talking ROI, but you have to do it with total integrity. And that means putting patient privacy above everything else. So how do you prove value? It starts with the basics, ROI, return on investment. Let's make it super simple. Say you spend $4,000 on a campaign, and that campaign brings in $10,000 in new patient revenue. Boom, that's a 150% ROI. It's proof right there that marketing isn't a cost. It's an investment that pays for itself and then some. But honestly, ROI is just scratching the surface. To really know what's going on, you need to look at a few other key numbers. First up is CPA, or cost per acquisition. Basically, how much does it cost you to get one new patient through the door? Next is LTV, or lifetime value. How much is that patient actually worth to you over time? And finally, ROAS, return on ad spend. For every single dollar you put into ads, how many dollars do you get back? These are the metrics that tell the real story. Okay, so we've talked money. Now for the other, much more serious side of the coin, integrity. Because let me be crystal clear, when you're handling patient data, the stakes are sky high. Getting this wrong is not an option. And it all comes down to something called PHI, or Protected Health Information. What is that exactly? It's any piece of information that can identify a patient. And I'm not just talking about their medical charts. It's their name, their email, their phone number, even the fact that they paid for a specific service. All of it is protected, and it's your job to keep it that way. And here's the scary part. It is frighteningly easy for well-meaning marketers to trip up and violate HIPAA. Like sharing patient data with Google or Facebook without the right legal agreement in place, that's a huge no-no. Or having an insecure contact form on your website. Big mistake. Using patient lists for ad retargeting? Absolutely not. And it should go without saying, but posting patient photos or stories on social media without their written consent? That's a direct line to a massive violation. And the penalties for getting this wrong? They are brutal. We're talking up to $1.5 million a year. And get this, that's even for mistakes that were unintentional. But honestly, forget the money for a second. A single violation can completely shatter the trust you have with your patients, and you can't put a price on that. It's just not worth the risk. Okay, so how do you actually do all this? How do you put it all together? Let's finish up by laying out a clear, step-by-step blueprint to build a marketing engine that's not just effective, but also measurable and 100% compliant. Here it is, your 6-step plan. Step 1, you map out the entire patient journey, from that first thought to their first visit. Step 2, you tag all your marketing channels so you know exactly where people are coming from. Step 3, and this one is non-negotiable, you connect everything to a HIPAA-compliant CRM. Step 4, you log every dollar you spend and connect it to the revenue it generates. Step 5, you give credit where credit is due, attributing that revenue to the channel that earned it. And finally, step 6, you pull it all into dashboards so you can actually see what's working and make smarter decisions. Look, the bottom line is this. The world of healthcare marketing has changed. It's not going back. The tools are different, the strategies are smarter, and the stakes have never been higher. Your competitors, they're already doing this stuff. So the only real question left is, are you ready to lead the way? Let's be honest, the healthcare world is going through a